Go ahead.
Bill, Kelvin made a mention that he thought that you guys, your pride was challenged a little bit. Higher ranked team, they were a favorite, new team in the league. Did you feel that as a program, especially maybe the fan base responded to that?
I think there's a lot of things that, I think them being good was enough to get us excited. I mean, they've been, arguably the most consistent program in America over the last 4 or 5 years, and they're having a great year this year, and deservedly so that they're being talked about a lot and ranked so high. So, number one in the net. There's a lot of things. I don't know that it was pride being challenged or hurt as much. I think we would have been turned up regardless of anybody that we were playing today that came in with that reputation and that good of players and having that good a season. So, but we were certainly ready to play.
Coach, great strategy getting your guys to hit 9 in their first 10 shots. How important was it to get off to a fast start against this team, especially as good as they are on defense?
Well, I didn't anticipate getting off to that good a start. We thought the best way to attack them was to use all 50 feet and wide and 47 feet long, and then hopefully be able to play behind their aggressiveness. And to start the game, we did that perfectly. I think we had our first 2 turnovers, we had layups and just went ready to catch the ball. I don't know that I've had a team execute better against a great defensive team offensively in that first 10 minutes. I mean, we were pretty much on point.
You've obviously been here for some really big wins. I'm just wondering, when you look at the Big 12 race and having been here, how important, now that it's over, was this one?
Well, I think it's a little premature to talk about this as the biggest, in the realm of biggest wins. If this was for playing for something of stakes, you could certainly make a bigger case, but it's still just February 3rd. But it was a great win. I mean, I don't mean to minimize it. It was a great win, but we've had a lot of really good wins in this building.
And 40-24 on the glass, what was the key? Did you do anything differently? How big of an emphasis?
Well,
was it?
first of all, that's a misleading stat because when you make your shots, they don't get a chance to rebound. But we were at least as good on the glass as they were, and that was a big deal. The first half to be up 24-10 in the rebound stat, but we hadn't missed a lot of shots, so they didn't get a chance to rebound those. But they still made plenty of plays off the offensive rebound. But I don't think today they got one offensive rebound where they tipped it or threw it out for a quick 3. And that was a big strategy for us is when they do, back tap or get to a, spread and get to shooters, and we actually did a pretty good job with that.
Bill, I think Johnny had another good game today, and defensively he had some really nice stops there. What you think about his overall play today?
Johnny?
Yeah.
I thought he's great. I thought KJ and Johnny got us off to a great start, and everybody else just kind of filled in. But yeah, Johnny, guys, he's a real guy. And he's getting better all the time. And certainly he looked like he belonged out there today in a situation that he's never been in.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's some competitive dudes over at the Center of Excellence in Australia, but I don't think there was anything like that, like he had to go against today.
Bill, so much of playing them is what you're going to do against their ball screen coverage when the 5's involved, and then what you're going to do when you throw it into the post. What do you think gave you guys, you obviously attacked those pretty well. What do you think made you successful against those 2 areas?
I thought we stretched the floor. Whenever you're trapping and the guys can cover, the other 3 guys can cover minimal distance, it's easier to guard. Whenever you stretch it out and have those 3 guys have to guard those 4 players or the 4 players, so you're playing 4-on-3 behind it. That was what we tried to do, is just stretch it out and make it longer for them to come to the help positions behind the trap, and we were actually pretty good at it today.
And second thing for you, this group, big games so far this year, it seems to have elevated itself. Is there something about, like, you're just kind of having this veteran group? What is it about maybe these big games so far, and kind of how does that give you hope?
Well, I think you look at our 5 starters; they're pretty good, and the thing about it is, I don't know if it's big games, CJ, as much. Maybe it is. Maybe those 5 guys primarily those five, they can get up for something, sporadically that it's hard for them to do consistently. And maybe that's experience, maybe it's older, maybe fatigue. I don't know exactly, but we've shown that when we play well, we can play with anybody. And then we've also shown that when we're not very good, obviously we can be had. And there's way too much inconsistency in that with that margin. It'd be much nicer if we were kind of like this, but I do think it gives guys confidence to know that at our peak, if we play well, we're pretty hard to deal with.
Phil, you mentioned it up top, but did you mention once or twice this week about being underdogs at home?
I didn't know we were an underdog.
Really?
No, I had no idea. So I didn't know if we were favored either. So I don't ever look at that stuff. So I know I never once mentioned that.
Hey, Coach, I know Parker.
We were an underdog today?
1.5.
Oh, really?
The second time at home.
Second time since I've been here at home? When was the first time?
Baylor in 21.
Baylor in 21. Okay. All right. Good to know, guys. Thanks.
Coach, Parker had a couple big plays, and I saw when you were on the sideline there that when he made the 2 free throws, you had like a couple big claps. Was that like a big moment there to have him hit those 2 free throws and a couple plays that he had in the game?
Well, he made a 3 and the 2 free throws, and that was when they cut it to 10 or get close to 10. So that was good to see. And Parker is, he's done fine for us, but he hasn't really contributed in a way numbers-wise that has really helped us win. He's been in there and been in the right place and that kind of stuff. But he's a good shooter, and to see him knock that down and have the confidence to shoot the ball, that was nice to see.
Coach, not much time to turn around Monday night Manhattan. I know they lost a tough one today. Just any early?
I
thoughts?
don't know this. Did Okie State got them today?
Yeah, at least by 3. So any early thoughts on the Wildcats?
Well, I would think that the atmosphere we'll play in on Monday will be very comparable to the atmosphere Houston played in today. So we'll have to go over there and play well. And regardless of what's transpired from a win-loss thing, I don't think that will really play a big factor in them being excited to play on Monday. We played starters of 36, 33, 37, 35, and 37. That's more the concern with the quick turnaround, having those guys rested and ready to go.
Anything else?
Hey, with Kevin, was he good to go the whole way, or was that?
Yeah,
close?
I think he hit it early, and then he even asked to come out for a brief moment. But yeah, I thought he played great. I thought he played great and played big, and we did a really good job on their guards, with the exception of Cryer, obviously, and then he went nuts there late. But I thought, we can talk. We executed offensively, but I thought defensively, even though it doesn't look like it from a steals and forced turnover standpoint, I thought we were really sound defensively, and did a good job on the glass for the most part.
And then that first 5 minutes, they get the lob to start the game, and then you guys just.
Yeah, we just screwed. I mean, we talk about exactly how we're going to guard certain things, but they get the lob to start, but we responded, perfectly right after that.
Did you have any doubt that those guys would respond and start this game that way?
I didn't. No, I didn't ever thought that we'd start it by making every shot. But I thought we'd play well today. I knew we were ready to play.
Bill, you talk about the 5 starters in 30-plus minutes. Is there a kind of a new transition to that with the new Big 12, more games, kind of trying to balance rest and getting those guys on the floor?
Well, if you're asking, how are we going to adjust playing guys that many minutes? So Saturday, Mondays now will probably mean Tuesday and Wednesdays off, as opposed to maybe one day in the past. So we'll try to get those guys as much rest as we can, maybe give them a couple off days each week.
Calvin said today was all about Kansas basketball, the tradition and the fans, and the fans were amazing. Did you agree that was this one of the better fan outings?
I thought it's the best crowd we've had this year. And we've had some really good ones. I mean, Connecticut was good, but it wasn't as good as this today. I thought our crowd was great, and they were turned up for it. And to Pat's point earlier, I do think it adds something to the intensity when the fan base and everybody knows, oh, this could go wrong if we don't play well. So I do think it adds the intensity of the fans up, and that's probably what Kelvin was talking about too. I think our fans were more turned up today because we were playing a team that we know if we didn't play well, they could leave out of here happy. So they were turned up today. I thought pretty good.
He also said both teams have to move on. Is it a big challenge about Monday night?
Yeah, it's a big challenge, and he's exactly right. The guy, I mean, he's been doing this a long time. I mean, this will be a different game a month from today, you know, for a lot of reasons. I hope the outcome's the same, but still, it's going to be a different game. People make adjustments and that stuff. But the biggest thing is how do you not let one become two? Or how do you extend momentum when you're playing well, and how do you shrink it when you're not? So yeah, this is we've all got to move on.
All right, thanks.
Thanks,
All right,
Coach.
guys, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.